Part 18. As I explained in the last video, nothing you see here has anything to do with sport or competition. Don't play around, as it can go very wrong for your friend quickly if applied correctly. First thing to do in this technique is to use your opposite hand to capture the attacker's arm. It should move in a slightly circular way to your side so it doesn't cause the attacker to feel a shock and freeze up. By guiding the arm like this, you can quickly and smoothly manipulate the attacker's body without them being able to react. As you can see, my other arm is up and my hand is facing upwards. This has two reasons. The first is I can easily get him if I had to. The other is to maneuver the attacker the way I want. At this point, the raised hand now guides the attacker's arm and the knee is raised towards his ribcage with a snapping type of force. These two movements should be done at the same time. This will wind them, affect their breathing, and hurt. The bones of the ribs could also break depending on the force and speed that's applied. It's all done just to keep them in position momentarily. Release the hand used to block. Keep your body calm and flowing freely. The arm that blocked the initial punch is used to chop to the back of the neck, where the spinal column is located. This movement requires several things to make it work the way you see me doing it. As you see, the attacker approaches. Both my arms are raised. The right arm is at head height, with the palm facing down. My left arm is slightly lower, with the palm facing up. The left palm is facing up to take advantage of a circular motion used in this movement. Now, as I make contact, I place the arm downwards, slapping it slightly to the side. It is slapped to cause mild tension, which we need to place their body correctly so everything is accessible. As soon as the arm is beside me, the left hand is placed on the upper part of his arm so that it cannot be bent. As this is happening, the knee is applied to the ribcage. This causes a deep impact. As soon as the impact takes place, the knee is lowered and the hand used to block is raised to my head height, so my fingers are just above my head. This is the correct height to use as it creates the correct momentum to chop the rear part of their neck. Notice the circular motion I use. This is so fluidity and the uninterrupted flow creates the speed and force needed to apply the desired result. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, we must be mindful of everything we do in life and be aware of the circumstances surrounding our actions. This movement requires no other action to be taken in most circumstances. When using a technique like this, speed and fluidity are vital elements needed to be successful. Hesitation will result in a few things happening. The first is when the attacker initially punches towards the face, the body must be to the side of his. An accurate judgment of timing is needed to do this. This can be read by the attacker's movements, for example their feet, shoulders and waist. Another thing that can cause a problem is hesitating as the technique is being applied and not responding correctly to the body's movements. This movement takes advantage of the weaknesses of the body. On the right side of the body, under the ribcage, is the liver, as mentioned in part 17. A deep impact here will cause severe pain or worse to this vulnerable organ, not to mention cracked ribs, loss of breath, and other trauma. The knee serves as a perfect tool for this. Another weakness of the body is not something that would usually be pointed out as a weakness, and that is how the body structure works. When I slap the arm down, a certain level of tension is created. How much tension you require is determined by the technique used. Many people think that being rigid and tense is a benefit when dealing with certain situations, but in fact, it's a hindrance, as demonstrated in this movement. If the body didn't work in this way and the attacker wasn't tense, it would not be possible to do this. Another weakness of the body is the spinal column. The spinal column consists of small bones separated by fluid which protects the spinal cord. The spinal cord is a vital part of our bodies, which is directly connected to our brain. Damage to this could result in paralysis or worse. It's a good idea to keep ourselves protected and understand the outcomes of such misadventures. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, consider subscribing, leave a comment, and if you know someone that can find this useful, please share it with them. Until next time, just like how a river flows one way, it's better to flow in the right direction.